Hey everyone, Levi here with Hammer Fab. I'm going to show you guys one of our new products. It's our Billet Tailgate Latches that work with 59 to 66 Chevrolet trucks, C10s, and the later Apaches from 1959 with the fleet sides. So we designed these latches to be pretty much a bolt-on part, about as close as you can get. So basically what they do is they utilize the factory chain mounts on the fleet side beds on C10s. And they just require a little bit of modification to work. So a couple of the modifications that are required to install these latches are, first, you have to drill out the tab on the tailgate itself to 1/2 inch. And the reason is that's for the shoulder bolt here to pass through. The billet part has bushings in it that are already the correct diameter. So once you drill your 1/2 inch hole, boom, you just bolt it on, you're done with that side. Now on the bedside part, what you have to do is thread in this little insert, but the threads aren't correct on the factory bed. But all you have to do is drill it out and tap it to the correct size, 1/2 13 thread pitch. And we supply the stainless adapter bung, receptacle bung, stainless hardware, and the stainless push button pin that makes it all happen. Then once you have your parts installed, your receptacle and your billet latch bolted on, you just swing it over. There's a button in the middle of this pin that releases these little bitty ball detents on this pin. And the fit is a tight interference so that it's just tight enough to latch but not come loose. Pretty cool, huh? Okay, so you might be wondering a couple of things. If you don't have the chains, how do I hold my tailgate open? Also, when I remove this pin, am I going to lose it? Where do I put the pin? A couple of good questions. Okay, we're going to show you right now how this works. First, you push the pin, you push the button, pull the pin, swing the latch out of the way. Then you just simply reinstall it into the receptacle and you can't lose it. Now, I've already got the other side loose so I can show you, but included with the kit is our flippers or tailgate supports. These are brand new. So basically down here, I'm not touching the tailgate. There's some flippers that get installed into the tailgate with a little bit of fabrication, and they hold the tailgate flat. Okay, so right here is the flipper. So if you watch it, it's actually attached to this rail on the tailgate. Now, on our bed structure, this is not a factory piece, but that's pretty much the only place it could go in the tailgate anyways. So you're going to have to figure out how to put a stop on your bed, which may be the wood floor, or you may have to make a steel stop anyways. But you just need something that will land on the face of that flipper when the tailgate is at 90 degrees. Okay, so you've seen the flippers. Now, how do they install? Well, that's a good question. So if you'll see right here on the edge of our tailgate, we've got one bolt visible. Now, the newer version, this was the prototype version. The newer version will have 3 bolts. So it will have 1, 2, and then 1 in the center of the pivot point. So basically you have to uh, cut a hole in the bottom of the tailgate so that this flipper can slip on the other side of this brace, on this side of the brace. It'll slip up in there, and then you drill your hole in the middle of the pivot point, and then basically then you measure the proper distance from this one and to this one, and you in the center of the tailgate, and you drill 2 more holes, and then you countersink them to work with a flush mount countersunk fastener. And with 3 bolts in there, it makes it plenty rigid where you should be able to stand on it. I mean, I wouldn't recommend standing on it, but it'll probably hold up. Like I'm pushing on it pretty good. I think if it broke anything, it's gonna break the tailgate skin before it breaks the flipper. And then when it's closed, everything is out of sight, out of mind, nice and clean install. Okay, so once again, there you have it. Our billet tailgate latches for 59 to 66 Chevy fleet side trucks. We hope you like them. Let us know if you got any questions. Send us an email at info@hammerfab.com, or you might even be able to message us on Instagram.